This is the National Pro Cup Championship, crown jewel of late model competition, here for race number 9 of 24, the Super X Tire Inflator 100 at the Langley Field Speedway in Virginia. Pepsi Max, proud sponsor of the pole award given to the fastest qualifier at each National Pro Cup Championship event. Today, it is the championship leader, Eric Drakeryder, who will lead the field to the green flag here at the .395 mile short track in Hampton, Virginia, our third consecutive race in Virginia, as a matter of fact. Drakeryder pulls out to an early lead, and considering his track record so far this season on short tracks, it'd be a safe bet that he could be a factor here today. We learned last week that Gianni Corelli and the Rossini Sport team will be ending their season early here in the National Pro Cup Championship and transitioning over to the European Late Model Challenge. Their final race will be at the Memorial at the Circuit of the Americas, but they do have plans on coming back in 2015. Another team that's considering ending their season early is Messina Motorsports with the 64 of Oi Mitsushima and the 51 of Isabella Messina, although that is a little bit head-scratching considering the fact that Mitsushima is currently in position to make a top 10 points run in her rookie season, so a little bit head-scratching to say the least. Sean Johnson in the 56, currently running in the runner-up position behind Drakeryder. He's coming off his maiden victory at VIR last week, barely holding off his teammate Sanchez in the closing laps. And right behind him is Chuck Johnson, another one of the drivers currently in the running for the championship. In fact, the other Johnson, Chuck Johnson, is second in the championship, but is currently trailing the championship leader, Drakeryder. Pretty good battle right here for the 6th position between Messina and Alexis Farr in the 78. And here comes John Quackenbush to the inside to take the 7th position away. But Alexis Farr has certainly been very impressive this season, despite the fact that she did not participate in the first 2 races of the year. Other than that, there was not really a whole lot that went on in this race. Not a whole lot of passing, and in fact the race went caution-free, believe it or not, for 100 laps. The entire race distance went caution-free, and this is basically what happened during that race. Drakeryder just mowing down lap cars left and right, just passing them at will. And because of the fact that there was no caution flags, nobody really had any opportunity to get to the pit lane and make adjustments, which certainly fell into Drakeryder's favor considering how strong that car is today. And as you can see at the halfway point, he had everybody lapped up to 5th place, and in fact, coming out of turn 2, he is able to get around the 5th place car of Ray Takita to put her a lap down. So at this point, only 4 cars on the lead lap. However, this would put a little bit of a scare into the Saint Amazing Autosport team as the engine expires on his teammate's car, Nate Patrick in the 66, who was running in 3rd position at the time. So tough break for Patrick, who came in the top 10 in the point standings, and this is really going to affect him being the first retirement. Not too long before that, Chuck Johnson suddenly slows in turn 1 and 2 after running in the top 5 as he has a cut tire on that 18 car, so he'll have to make a pit stop to get that replaced. Tough break for Johnson, who is closing a little bit on Eric Drakeryder in the point standings, but this is certainly going to set him back, especially with Drakeryder dominating this race as he is. He fell 2 laps down, but with those fresh tires, he was able to make one of those laps up. As you can see, he gets back up to 1 lap down after getting around Drakeryder. And with just a few laps to go in the race, the 08 of Ray Takita also suffers a cut tire, holds up a lot of cars behind her. Fortunately, there wasn't any accidents or anything of that nature, but she was running in the 7th position at the time of her tire going down, so tough break for Takita, who is looking at a top 10 run today, but it all goes for naught in the closing laps. As for Eric Drakeryder, well, it was pretty much smooth sailing the whole way. Clearly the dominant car of the day without any caution flags to help the others improve on their cars to try to challenge him. He cruises to his 3rd victory of the season as he takes the checkered flag in the Super X Tire Inflator 100. Drakeryder becomes the first driver in the National Pro Cup Championship to basically sweep the entire race pole, lead the most laps, and win the race. He gains maximum points Sean Johnson comes home in second, following up his victory at VIR. Quackenbush in third, Winton fourth, Alexis Farr in fifth. Gott, Aubrey Wood, Messina, Valerie Forge, and Roy Warren round out the top 10. 11 through 20, Chuck Johnson with a nice recovery after having that flat tire early in the race. He comes back up to finish 11th, but loses quite a bit of ground to Drake Ryder in the championship. Mitsushima comes home in 12th place, decent run for her. Joshua Michaels, Andrea Lynn Caldwell, Star Banner, Betty Cox, Gianni Corelli, Ray Takita, Jennifer Duke, and Nick Van Gelder round out the top 20 here at Langley Field Speedway. And the bottom 4 finishers, Arthur Gordon, Sean Sanchez, Vinny LaBouffe, and Nate Patrick, who was the only retiree from the race due to engine problems. The updated point standings in the Rose Cup competition. Well, Drake Ryder has pulled out to a massive 86-point lead over Zach Gott, but there are still 2 races to be run on ovals, both of which happen to be double points races. So while Drake Ryder certainly has a huge lead, it could all go away in just one of those races, so he better not let his guard down there. As for the overall championship after 9 races, Drake Ryder holds a 54-point advantage over his old friend and rival, John Quackenbush. Funny how that works out. Chuck Johnson drops to 3rd, 55 points back. Forge maintains her 4th spot. Johnson moves up to 5th, got 6th. Parker Winton 7th, Nate Patrick 8th, Oi Mishishima 9th, and Alexis Farr rounds out the top 10. The next race for the National Pro Cup Championship is the Michigan Bear Claws Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle. Thank you for joining us today. I'm color commentator John Leindyke, and we'll see you next time.